It was meant to be a symbolic passing of the torch, a seamless transition from President Biden's tenure to Vice President Kamala Harris' presidential campaign, backed by a united Democratic Party. Instead, what unfolded was a quietly destructive maneuver by President Biden that has left the Democratic Party reeling and opened the door wide for Donald Trump's historic return to the White House. According to a growing consensus of political insiders and pundits, Biden's decision to bow out of his re-election bid came with an unspoken condition: a final act of revenge aimed directly at the party and at Kamala Harris herself. In a stunning turn of events, Biden, facing pressure from within his own party over concerns about his age and cognitive sharpness, reluctantly agreed to step down in July. However, since that moment, his support for Harris has been little more than a perfunctory endorsement. Biden has reportedly shunned her campaign events, opted out of fundraising appearances, and distanced himself from his one-time running mate. This seemingly benign absence, however, has had devastating consequences for the Harris campaign, allowing conservative narratives to take root and flourish in social media echo chambers, where Harris' loss has been celebrated as much as Trump's win. At the heart of this saga are the bombshell claims of Biden's revenge tour, a quiet but powerful dismantling of Harris' campaign strategy. The president's shadow actions have ranged from ill-timed remarks that alienated potential swing voters to high-profile endorsements of Republican leaders. At a recent anniversary event on September 11, Biden was even spotted dining at Trump 2024 cab, a move that bewildered allies and fueled speculation of a partisan betrayal. In what many Democrats viewed as a disastrous blunder, Biden openly praised Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' preparedness for Hurricane Milton, merely a day after Harris criticized DeSantis for ignoring her calls. For those watching, the message was clear: Biden's loyalties were no longer aligned with his own party. But the tension between the two leaders did not simply simmer behind closed doors. It boiled over into public view just weeks before the election, when Biden issued a scathing critique of Trump supporters during a Zoom call with donors. "The only trash I see floating out there are the Trump supporters," he declared, an outburst that set off a firestorm of controversy and reportedly forced Harris into damage control mode. This incident, a stark contrast to Harris' attempt to appeal to undecided voters, eclipsed her own campaign rally in front of the White House, an event that was meant to energize Democratic supporters, but instead cast a shadow over her campaign. Biden's erratic messaging has not only undermined Harris, but it has fed directly into Trump's own populist rhetoric, sparking a wave of anti-Biden sentiment online. Social media platforms were awash with conspiracy theories and celebratory posts on the night of Harris' defeat. In a twist that seemed to encapsulate the chaotic state of Democrat unity, online pundits placed the blame squarely on Biden for Trump's triumphant return, with many arguing that Biden's actions had directly set the stage for the Republican victory. Memes and viral posts sarcastically hailed Biden as the true architect behind Trump's resurgence, with many suggesting he had sabotaged his own party to settle an old score.